It's not uncommon in Nigeria to see new governments try to initiate new projects and completely abandon the works of their predecessor, even when they're important. However, it's a tad farther than the obvious when a new government goes on a demolition spree of the previous administration's works and supposed approvals. Questions have been raised about the decisions of Abba Kabir Yusuf, the current governor of Kano State, as it continues with the demolition of structures built and approved for construction by Alhaji Abdullahi Ganduje, his predecessor's government. Some of the incumbent governor's decisions have been largely unpopular, but he has insisted he's around to clean the house. That, however, seems to hold some destruction along. Tonight in Politics HQ, I will be talking to Bashir Badru, a legal practitioner. He's joining us live from Kano. A warm welcome to you, Bashir, and thanks for your time.
It's a pleasure joining you in the conversation.
Barrister Badru, could you kindly provide some details on the background and context surrounding the ongoing protest in Kano City that broke out yesterday? What specific factors led to this discontent among the residents?
Well, let me start like this. I would say this is 21st century, and I think we should have written about a policy of vendetta, policy of vengeance. This is just what is playing out at the moment in Kano State, unfortunately anyway. You see, the background to it is because the former governor who was the supposed leader of the party, then PDP, before crossing to APC, and now had a tenure with former governor, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje. Then Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje was deputy governor to Dr. Musa. Now, both of them, after Kunkoso's tenure, Ganduje took over. The story has it that, rumor, let me say, has it that Dr. Kunkoso didn't want Ganduje to succeed him. I think this is a common thing in the political parlance. You don't actually want a sixth politician to succeed you because of what he knows. Whatever that is, I'm not a politician, I'm not into it. But the truth is that disagreement both of them had when Ganduje took over was still on ground. And it has been so built upon by a stooge of Governor Kunkoso, that is the current governor of Kano State. So that singular reason, it is like Kunkoso coming back to government now to pay Governor Ganduje in his coin. There are a lot of things surrounding this. There are a lot of stories around it. But speaking legally, talking policy of 21st century, it does not add up. It is not what we should see today as we are seeing. Because people are starting asking questions. If you begin this demolition, when the predecessor of Governor Kunkoso left office, when Kunkoso first came in the first term, and when he left office, the government that succeeded him did not say, oh, because we do not belong to the same party, I will now dismantle everything Kunkoso has done. So it didn't do that. It didn't do that. Kunkoso spent another 4 years with the music. And he said, as many left, the music did take everything Kunkoso has done. Actually, in fear, let us say, everything that has the writing of Kunkoso, because when Kunkoso became governor, there was projects commission under administration that had its name written on them. When Ganduje took over, he tried to erase all the names, all those names of those projects, especially, schools where you have roofs, have comfortable written on them, you have bridge constructed like this.
Okay. Now, Bashir, from what you've said so far, it seems like a pure case of political vendetta. Now, how has the government of Kano State, under the new administration of Governor Abba Yusuf, defended its decisions to demolish the buildings? Have they cited any legal or administrative justifications for their actions?
You see, the action is manifest. You see, it's done in bad faith. The reason is very simple. He cannot claim, the present governor, Abba Kabir, cannot claim that he has the backing of the state to do what he's doing. Yes, it's an executive officer, he has the power. But the power is subject to the approval and ratification of the assembly. The state assembly has yet to be inaugurated. The state assembly was inaugurated on the 13th of June. It started demolition on the 10th of June. That shows that he doesn't even have the power. He doesn't approve the court for any order or judgment to permit him to do what he is doing. Or if I did not been restrained by court in order to continue till now. It's because certain people have to do something to ask that court between the government and the governor and to do what they do. If they have any authority, either from the assembly or from the court, there will be nothing to stop him if what he's doing is right and in the interest of the public. You are demolishing houses, building structures built by Kano citizens. It doesn't matter whether they belong. You will leave that office in 8 years. You will come back to belong to these citizens too. So what exactly do you want to leave as a legacy? Legacy of a destroyer? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. That is not politics.
Well, thank you very much, Bashir. Thank you, Bashir. Some have already tagged the Kano State Governor, Demolition Man, on social media. They've been calling him Conan the Destroyer, because it seems this is the legacy he's starting with. You've looked at the legal side of it, and you said, if it wasn't because of this ex parte order that was secured, he would have continued demolishing more structures. Now, could you elaborate on the significance? I know you touched on this issue of the people that built it, but Bashir, now I want you to elaborate on the significance and impact of the structures that have already been demolished, such as the multi-billion-naira project at the Old Daula Hotel and the shopping plazas. How are these demolitions affecting the local community and the economy in Kano?
If we're speaking legally, unfortunately, well, this matter is already subjudice. Majority of these demolished buildings owners are already in court. So I wouldn't want to preempt what the court will decide on what will be the outcome, whether the government is going to be made to pay for damages and compensation or whatever. I don't want to preempt what the court will do. But the signal this is sending, we thank those who have very horribly approached the court for an order restraining the government. Otherwise, it will have become like a completed act. And they are just coming back to court to say, court, please save us. No. And that is why when you are in the apprehension of an incident that may befall you and may become very, very devastating, you have the court to approach and say, please, protect my rights. I have this apprehension. And thank God, some citizens have actually approached the court. As a good politician, which he is, he should have also emphasized another 4 years, because these 4 years have started running. These 4 years have started running, and it will end very soon. 2027 is just around the corner here. And before you know it, he will go back to the same citizens and canvass, say to them, asking for their vote.
And they will remind
How will you say these people you have demolished their properties because they do not belong to your party, or because you are, dancing to the tune of the dictator?
Now, Bashir, let's look at some of what happened at the protest yesterday. I noticed some placards that were carried by the protesters. They featured different messages. Some of them said, "Governor Yusuf, your action is sending away investors. Don't bring insecurity to our state, Mr. Governor." And another one read, "Let the law take its course," amongst others. Can you describe some of the most striking or representative message described and what they reveal about the protesters' real sentiments?
Kano is a commercial nerve center. Kano is a commercial nerve center, and commerce is what Kano is reputed for. These buildings are for commercial purposes, and you are pulling them down. What signal are you sending to investors who will come to Kano, who are people aimed at coming to Kano, who have invested multi-million naira to promote commerce in Kano? What do you want them to say? Then it means you are telling citizens and even non-citizens, non-indigenous of Kano that this place is no longer secure. This place is no longer conducive for business. That is exactly what you are doing. And a lot of people will take this beyond the politics because it is going to definitely and adversely affect the economy of Kano State. This is a center of commerce. And this is like the headquarters of West African commerce. This is what is happening. People come from all over the world to trade here. And now their businesses can no longer be protected because of political interest. No, this is not a right time for the incumbent governor to do what he is doing.
Now, Bashir, has the state government presented any plans or strategies for urban development and the restoration of Kano City's urban development master plan? How do they envision the city's transformation and the removal of structures built in public spaces?
I think I will leave that to the officials of the government, because if they had anything they wanted to present to us as citizens of Kano, I think that should be their first agenda and not the face of a demolisher. No. So we wait until they present to us what they think will benefit an average Kano citizen. Until that is seen, we will continue to see this government as a government that is unfriendly to the public. That is the picture this government has taken off from the first day.
Now, Bashir, the case is in court, as we all know. What implications does this court order have on the state government's authority to continue demolishing buildings? What does it mean? And how has the government reacted to this order?
From the day the order was gotten, I am not too sure whether we have seen any further demolition after that. Well, there are new marks. There are new buildings that have been marked for demolition, but no attempt has been made to demolish them. Had the order not been fulfilled, those marked buildings have gone down. The markings will just be like 1-2 days, and before you know it, the bulldozer is there, raising it down. But since the orders have been gotten, the government has held its breath, because the government now realizes it cannot also run against the court. If it did, then there's going to be a serious problem. And that is why I think the Honorable Attorney General must have rightly advised the governor, please, this is a court order you must obey. And that is what they are still doing at the moment. Until the substantive matter is undetermined by the court, the government of Kano State and the private of the governor cannot, are not expected to keep a finger on any other building.
Okay. Now, finally, Barrister Bashir Badru, as we wrap up the conversation, looking at the broader political landscape in Kano State, how do these events and the government's response to them reflect on the state's governance and the relationship between the government and the residents?
But I want to assume that if he has political advisors, he will have been called to order, and this matter would have taken a different dimension because other unseen negotiations would have commenced on the ground to resolve the issue. And I want to believe that those whose properties have been demolished will be adequately compensated. That is the only way to heal the wound. Otherwise, it is just the public are very patient. They will wait for another 4 years, and because the determination will lie in the hands of the electorate, and we'll go to the polls and say, no, we cannot again re-elect a governor that demolishes our properties and creeps the businesses of Kano State.
Thank you very much, Barrister Bashir Badru, a legal practitioner from Kano. It's always a pleasure speaking with you on the program. Thank you for your time and insight.
Thank you.
All right, it's time for me to give you something to chew on after this quick timeout.